You just got a raise, 12 grand a year. Feels good. You earned it, right? Okay, quick question. Answer it in your head, honestly. Where did last year's raise go? Yeah, you don't actually know. Almost nobody does, and that's not me insulting you. That's basically the whole video right there. Because in the next 90 seconds, I'm going to show you two versions of you. Same job, same raise, same 30 years. One of them retires with $1.1 million and never really thinks about money again. The other one's still working at 68, still saying, I'm fine, and isn't. And here's the thing, it's not luck, it's not talent. Honestly, it's barely even about it comes down to one decision, one you're probably about to make again in the next 30 seconds without even noticing. I'm Max. Let's figure out which one of those two you actually are right now. You've probably seen this one floating around. Average American household is worth over $1 million. Feel rich? You shouldn't, because averages break the second one person in the room is a billionaire. Think about it. You're in a bar with 9 other people, a totally normal night, and then Bezos walks in. Suddenly, the average net worth in that bar is like $4 billion. Good luck splitting that tab. The real number, the one for whoever's actually standing dead center of the country, is $192,000. And if you pull the house out of that, the part you can't spend unless you move out, it drops to $66,000. That's it. That's the entire cushion most people have between we're fine and we're not. So, real question, which side of that are you actually on? Keep that in your head, because the answer has almost nothing to do with your salary. Picture yourself at 30. Same job you've got now, same paycheck. There's a fork in front of you, except you can only really see one path. Path 1, every raise quietly becomes the new normal. Slightly better apartment, slightly nicer car, dinners you genuinely earned and genuinely enjoyed. Totally reasonable. Honestly, it's what most people do. It might be what you're doing right now. Path 2, you do this one tiny, almost embarrassing thing. You bump up one automatic transfer, and then you just forget it's there. That's the whole fork. Not smarter, not richer, just one setting, flipped once. 30 years later, one version of you has 7 figures, and nobody at the office has a clue. The other version makes more money than ever and has about $1,900 sitting in checking. You already know, in your gut, which one feels more like you. Sit with that for a second instead of scrolling past it. Let's actually run the math on that raise you forgot about. Roughly $400 a month. That's about what a decent raise works out to. Spend it, and by December, it's just gone. You genuinely couldn't tell me where. But automate it, pull it out before you ever see it, and something different happens. You don't even notice it's missing. That's not discipline. That's basically the entire trick. $400 a month, quietly compounding for 30 years. That's how a totally average salary turns into a millionaire. $400 a month quietly absorbed into normal life for 30 years. That's how a big salary turns into nothing. Same $400, same 30 years, 2 completely different endings. And you're choosing one of them right now, whether you realize it or not. Before you start beating yourself up, let me be fair here, because the math genuinely isn't stacked in your favor. Median 401k balance in this country, $44,000. 3 out of 4 people have less than that. If you're 55 to 64 right now, the median is $107,000, and that's supposed to last you 30 years. The national savings rate is sitting around 3%, 3 cents on every dollar. Almost 6 in 10 Americans couldn't cover a surprise $1,000 bill out of savings. Could you? And if the answer's no, it's probably not because of some latte habit. For a lot of people, there was never a latte to skip in the first place. Okay, here's the number that actually changes everything. Do this math for yourself, seriously. Invest steadily at a normal 7% return, no genius stock picks, just don't touch it. Start at 30. $610 a month gets you to $1 million. Wait till 40. Now it's $1,300. Wait till 50. You're looking at over $3,200 a month for the exact same finish line. Every year you wait isn't a small delay. It's basically a doubling fee, and nobody tells you that up front. And here's the part that should mess with you a little. Almost all the market's gains happen on a tiny handful of days. Panic, pull your money out, miss just 10 of those days over 20 years, you're left with less than half. The version of you that wins does the single most boring thing possible. Nothing. On purpose. For 30 years straight. But I'm not gonna let you walk away thinking this is only about your choices, because it's not. 42% of full-time workers don't have access to a retirement plan at work. Not a bad one, none. No option at all. If you're a lower earner, that's almost 8 out of 10 of you, completely locked out. If you're a high earner, less than 2 in 10. So the single most powerful wealth tool in the country goes hardest to the people who already need it least. It's free umbrellas, handed out only to people already standing indoors. And the ground underneath all of this has been tilting for 40 years now. Wages barely moved since 1980. Housing went from 3 times the average income to over 5 times. Healthcare and college didn't just outrun paychecks, they lapped them. Twice. So if it feels like you're running just to stay in the same spot, you are. That's not in your head. The choice. Right now. So here's where this actually lands. And honestly, it's simpler than you'd expect. You're standing at that exact same fork I described a few minutes ago. Right now. Not in 30 years. Before you close this video even, one small transfer. Set once. Forgotten on purpose. That's the entire difference between the version of you that retires quietly wealthy and the one that doesn't. You never needed a bigger paycheck. You needed one boring decision and 30 years of leaving it alone. So, which version's it gonna be? Like this. Share it with someone who needs it, and I'll see you in the next one.